Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey, Miss Coffee. How you doing? I know I asked you that earlier, but we was out there all at about. I seen you when you said earlier that you had spent some. You was on grandma duties today too, so we was really twinning today on the same old page. Oh my goodness, I still got this light on. Hold on, just 1 second. So what y'all been up to today? Y'all know how I do. I come on here and don't be having a thing to talk about. Um a thing to talk about at all. But Shawanda, hello. How y'all doing tonight? I just ain't turned the camera on yet. I'm gonna turn the camera on, y'all. But it's good to see you. I haven't seen. I know it probably ain't you. It's probably me. Cause Shauna be all over the place. I be you already know. I ain't even got to explain it. Y'all already know I be all over the place. So there's a possibility that because I be going live like 11, 12, yeah, all over the place. Maybe I'm off timing with you. I used to be early morning time, then went to the later morning time, and then went to in the middle of the night time, and all over the place. Life. So I have to roll with the. And sorry, y'all, I'm making all this noise, putting this stuff in this drawer, but life be happening. So, but it's good to see you. Yeah, I didn't have anything good. Really to talk about tonight. I had a good time. Those of you all who do not know, I just had a birthday the other day, and so I'm you know still in my birthday time. It ain't too late, but yeah, so one I know it. In those times, I sometimes I should be asleep, but I just can't get there. It don't be working like that. You know how it is. If something, especially if something bothering me. Thank you very much. If something be bothering with me too. You know that you already know how that sleep thing goes. So, you know, one way or the other, I'll get it. It just may not happen like right then and there, but let me see if I can make this thing get up right directly out of my face like that right there, blinding me like crazy. These lights be something else right here. I don't be knowing about these things. But we just came from we went to Sanford. And Sanford is very, very nice. Ain't like I ain't never been over there before. I've been to Sanford 1,001 times, but it's ever changing and everything over there. So it just was like I was just showing some of the all right, Miss Coffee. It's just like some of the they building things up and it look a lot different than it used to. So if y'all ever in like the Orlando area or whatever, which I had somebody on my live earlier that said they got some relatives over in this area. Sanford a good little place to even if you don't stay over there, but it's like a good little place to go over and like walk the. I'm talking about by the water. Go back there in those areas and walk along the waterfront and everything. Very, very beautiful. I did it on my live before this. Um, I was out there, but very, very nice. Calming. I like going by the water. Oh, I already done told y'all that 1,000 times that I love being by water fountains, by water point blank period. I remember there was a time I was going through a whole bunch of stuff. I couldn't sleep nowhere, not in the house, not just in the car, no nothing. My husband had to drive me to over in Titusville and all of those places to go, and I could sleep by the water when I went to those places. So water brought me peace at times that I didn't have it. So I love being around being around the water. We used to go fishing a lot. Child, when they load up the car to go fishing, honey, I bring my pillow with me because I ain't finna do no fishing. I'm going to sleep. When we get out here, I'm going to sleep. Y'all go fishing with y'all daddy. Shauna finna get her some sleep. We don't even make it out the neighborhood good. I be sleep on the way there. My husband be like, look at you already ready to go. Gone already. It is very peaceful. Shawanda, good spot to go to. The very, very, very peaceful. You see a lot of people riding on their bicycles. They even have like the bikes where like you can, I think it's Drink and Pedal or something like that right there, where they serve alcoholic beverages on a you heard what I said. Sleeping while they fishing. Yes, ma'am. It be so calm and peaceful out there, and it's just all the sound of the water, and then just the horn, the sound of the boats blowing their horns and all of that. I love that. But yes, honey, I got a special pillow. I'll be like, let me grab my pillow before we get out. I'll be like, hell, he driving, so what I need to stay woke for, y'all ride on. He playing his music. We ain't talking or no nothing, no ways while we riding there. So it's a good time for Shauna to get her some rest. And so I take full advantage of it. And then when we get there, the only time whenever they catch a fish or something, of course, the kids running back to the door, because we go fishing like places where like the car is like right there next to you. Most of the time. But every time the kids catch something, or somebody catch something or whatever, they gotta come and show mine after they done showed you so many fishes or whatever. You like, and none of them ain't the fish that you take home with you. They be all the fish that the kids be excited, even if you catch a catfish or a puffer fish or anything, they happy to catch that right there. So after they done did that a couple thousand times, then I finally get out the car. One way or the other, they gonna get you out. And I want to know, do anybody know how fast an alligator can move? Because you be looking at them and they be so big and huge. There's a trail that's in Titusville that you can go down. It's real close to the it's real close to NASA over there where they launch the space shuttles and everything. I live right over here to them places. I be excited, but not excited. My husband and my kids, them is into that that kind of stuff. But over there, they have this trail that when you go down there, I mean, a lot of alligators, right? We choose to stay inside the vehicle most of the time when we go down there. Me, I ain't had that many experiences with alligators. I just know they big and they can take you out of here. So I don't tend to play around with those things. Y'all already know we high class over here. We don't be playing around with stuff like that. But anyways, you know how kids is. We had went down this trail, and on this particular day, we finna get out the car. Now y'all see how I came on here and said I ain't got nothing to talk about, but now I'm finding everything to talk about. But we get out the car on this particular day, and we standing outside, and one of the kids picked up a rock and threw a rock, and it went close to one of the alligators. And oh my God, when I tell you, if you ain't never seen, and I don't know where y'all at, what kind of gators or crocodiles or whatever you got over there, but I'm telling you, you come over here and you see a gator that's about 600 or 700, 800. Listen, I don't even know. These gators look like they could weigh 1,000 pounds. I just didn't want to give it too much energy, but I'm telling you, they huge, right? Bigger than 2 or 3 of us put together. So let's say they're 1,000 pounds, right? Girl, one of them, and I'm saying girl because it could be some men in here, we need a balance of things, right? One of them kids threw that rock, and I turned around and I looked at the kid and I'm like, hey, don't do that. And when I turned my head around and that thing the rock hit the water and it was close to that gator, that thing flipped around so fast I couldn't even tell you which direction he went into. All I know is he disappeared. And honey, that was enough for me. But I was telling all of my kids, y'all don't get y'all in this car and let's go. They was running back and I called myself, was recording it. Maybe I might release it. I might release it one of them days. You talking about some folks got in the car real quick. I say never again. I don't care what kind of trail we on. We not getting out of no cars. I said from now on when we go any place that got to do with animals, we gonna do like Gamma's World over there. We gonna go on the safari where we stay inside the car. We ain't getting out. The only animals we gonna be playing with like that is the ones over here in our yard. Yes, man. That was absolutely crazy how fast that thing moved. I just didn't know that they move like that. An alligator, I have seen them on TV and they move fast, but never seen one. No, listen, when you see it on TV, it don't even look. It's not the same. Not the same at all. When you see something move that fast in person, and you cannot, not even that is something that big that can just disappear that quick and you have no clue where it went. And they was out like in the open. I don't know if he went up under the water or whatever it was that he did. I'm just telling you, all you seen was a splash of water and then he was gone. I just don't understand how something that big can move that fast. And I'm just like, that was enough to let me know. We ain't never getting out. We just gonna let the car windows down, and that's how we gonna look at them from now on. We will never get out no cars. Now we got rats. Miss Coffee, they be talking about. Now I done heard people talking about the rats over there, but I never actually saw one. And I know now. Let me see. Like they have them in the movies or whatever, right? And I haven't even seen that many movies that have them in them. But probably what I'm imagining, you probably think, girl, you got to go bigger than that. See, because we don't have that here in Florida. There's not like an excess of food just laying around for those things. Now, we probably can raise some probably that big, because anytime like you got chickens and they leave feed around and stuff like that, there's always some critter that's going to come around. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one around here growing somewhere, because they being fed very well. So I don't know, but I bet you I can't even wrap my mind around like what you visually see with your own eyes. And you probably come here to Florida and see what kind of rats and stuff we got over here. And you probably be looking like, girl, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Because we don't, I just can't imagine, not the way that they be talking about them over there. Not a small cat. Oh, heck no. So, y'all ain't got no cats. What the cats do with them? The cats don't. So then, if the rat the same size as the cat is, I guess the cat don't chase the mouse over there, or the rat. The cats don't mess with them. They can get small cat size, but the tail is as long as the body. Oh, the cats do what? What up, boy? Gator's the problem here for real. You so crazy, boy. How you doing, child? Fancy seeing you here. If you weren't already on social media, I wouldn't even say anything, because I'll be like, boy, if you don't change that. How you doing tonight? Real Tom and Jerry. Love you, mama. Okay, y'all, that's my son done popped up in the chats. He done already called me mama, but he on social media. He has his own podcast and everything. And one of these days, we probably going to do some work together. One of these days. Love you too, son. See, that's a surprise too. I ain't know he probably done been here on my page before. He just ain't never said nothing, but that was a surprise all in its own. That's right. Get him Miss Coffee. um, in Michigan, well, my son probably because he what Rondell, when you in Michigan? Yeah, he was in Michigan one time. Girl, in Michigans we have deer and bears. We have the bears again, Shawanda. I'm talking about bears. You probably come over here and see the kind of bears that we got here. We probably ain't got the kind of bears that y'all got. We got I don't think they get real big. See, y'all probably get them super duper big bears and stuff over there. I'm pretty sure it's a lot different from our zone. A lot different. But this stuff now, the deer, when we first moved out here on this property, we used to have it used to be a family of deer. It used to be like 5 of them every single morning. And then when we start letting the dogs like roam the property and stuff like that, of course, you know, that scared the deers away. But every morning, like they used to be out here. Oh, Miss Coffee, now we got some big raccoons over here. They be over here holding hamburger sandwiches like they folks and stuff. Literally standing there in the garbage can like this. Say because I used to be a manager at a restaurant before, right? And you know, you get the order wrong or whatever, you throw the burger in the garbage can. You throw the burger in the garbage can, right? That was Rondell. That was some of y'all best days back then. Y'all loved it then. But you used to throw the burger. When you throw the burger in the garbage can, we always had these raccoons that live right there by the garbage cans and stuff. You would come through there, and he's sitting on the side of the garbage can. He done went inside the garbage can, got him a sandwich, sitting on the edge of the garbage can, holding the hamburger like a little man or something. We got them over here too. We got them over here. Yes, goodness. But yeah, this just I don't even know what made me think. I think because since the gators been like that, I seen the gators like that. And now it used to be that you didn't see alligators in salt water. I never seen no alligator in no salt water before, but one day we was out fishing and they had alligators in salt water. And once I seen that, it's like I'm scared of all water now. So I was like, he ain't supposed to be in this salt water like that. So everything is changing. Everything is so different now. And to think about it, the alligator was in the same water that my children was standing in. And I was like, oh, heck no. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden we just saw alligators in this salt water over here. Crazy. No cap, scared to take the trash out. Oh yeah, them raccoons, that's here. That's probably what Miss Coffee talking about right there, because she over in NY. So the raccoons and the rats party out there partying together. Everything is everywhere. I'm gonna tell you one of the scariest things with me. I already told y'all, if when those lizards and stuff start to migrate further this way that they have over in Miami and all of that way, I showed y'all some of them. They done got to Vero Beach, but they're not as big as the ones that are in Miami. But they getting bigger and bigger every time you go there. Since when do you have lizards like this big, this long? And just like you said, Miss Coffee, when you add the tail to it, the tail like this much longer. I couldn't find like a really big one and get real close up on them, but I'm telling you, these lizards are getting extreme. When you looking at those lizards right there, and they got all these crazy colors on them, like maybe they from I think one of them was from Africa because he had like a blue head or something like that. But I mean, everything is changing. I never seen any of this stuff that I'm seeing right now in this day. Hey, Angels Fire. Girl, them raccoons can fight. I don't want to stick around. See, y'all ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies? How Granny be on there fighting she be fighting all them animals and stuff. I ain't got time. If I see one in the garbage, I close the door. They can take as long as, hey, I know that's right. Take all the time that you want, and probably throw the other bag out there. You want some of this too? Mm-mm. You can have it all. uh, Child, that is I can't I can't do those things. If at nighttime, like you will come out one time. No, we seen a raccoon walking around in the daytime one time around here in the broad daylight. My husband said, "Oh, that's a problem right there." I say, "Why is it a problem?" You know, I don't know nothing about all that wildlife stuff and everything. He said, "Oh, the raccoon." Yep, Miss Coffee. He said a raccoon ain't supposed to be walking around in the daytime. When I'm talking about, he was back there in my garden, not by the not all the way in the back. I'm talking about he was up here like where my the garden beds are. He was up there. He said that's a problem, right? He came and got me and pointed out the window. He said, "Look at that." He said that right there is a problem. I say, "Well, why is that a problem?" He said he ain't supposed to be walking around in the daytime. He say something wrong with him. He said when you nah, he didn't. Well, he probably would have had one heck of a fight on his hand, but yeah, you know that is true. Oh, that's another thing. Well, he been saying it for a while now, but that's another thing that he said he want to completely get rid of. He want to get rid of the pigs. So, and you know, it is what it is. I'm not the one that go back there and do the work with them so much as I work with the chickens, and most of the time my daughter does all of that. Yeah, I even asked him. I said, is that including Oreo too? He was like all of them. He's like all of them got to go. And so you know, unless I want to take on some extra work, but he ain't even saying that. He just saying point blank period. He tired of buying the feed for him. Or whatever, and he said that we not gonna eat them no way. Um so if he want to get, we don't have Oreo since he was a baby. Yep, the only one we have consistently kept, I think we've had Oreo now probably like 6 years. So I don't see it happening. Yeah, no. And one of the things is yeah, yeah, if y'all don't eat it, right? A Miss Collins say sipping some bacon. Okay, I hear that. But listen, one of the things is I kind of look at it like, right, because I don't per se, in this area, that I sound crazy saying this. I like processed. If I'm going to eat pork, I like processed pork. Even though we don't hardly ever do it, but if I do, I like it processed. I just don't like the way it tastes. Like it's very different when you raise them your own self. And I say that to everybody. If you raise your own stuff, grow your own food, everything tastes different from the grocery store. And even though it tastes different, if I was born and raised eating the stuff that my mama them buying from the grocery store and everything, the only time I ate like fresh vegetables and stuff like that is when I went to my grandma's house. My grandma and my daddy always had a garden, big gardens all the time. And I think that's where I get it from, because I never see nobody on my mom's side of the family do any of that. But that's one thing I always saw consistently with my mom and with my dad and his mom. They always grew something. So anything that you grow is always going to taste different, different from the grocery store. And listen, so there are some things that I really, really like that come from out of the garden, and some things that I really, really just like. I'd rather get it from the store. None of them have to do anything with vegetables. It's some of the meat. is what it is. I'm tearing these mini tomatoes up. I know that's right, Miss Coffee. You can do all kinds of things with them little bitty tiny tomatoes. And contrary to popular belief, whenever I be having them, whatever tomato it is, they be telling you that you do this tomato, you can do this with it, you can do that with it. Let me tell you something. Any tomato that I grow, anything that got to do with tomato, I don't care what kind of tomato it is. I'm gonna try and use it on whatever. If I don't care if it's a grape tomato. If I need to make me some pasta sauce, and that's the only kind of tomatoes that I got, we're gonna be using some grape tomatoes to make us some pasta sauce. Okay. Nah, my son in here talking about some Jack and Jill plus Oreo gotta go. We don't got Jack and Jill no more. I remember I told them one time before that I told y'all one time we used to have a lot of other pigs. And the first time we took them to slaughter. And I told you I had all of that meat that was in our freezer, and like we sold it for cheap. I was just trying to get our money back because it was easier to get rid of the meat and stuff if you went and processed it. If you went and processed the meat yourself, which means you take it to the slaughter and they do all of the work and cut it up for you and everything, it's very easy to get rid of it in that way. But you talking about the COVID change. Oh, I don't even know if I was supposed to change that. But anyways, we already done said it. I don't know what they're going to do to me for it. But okay, it existed. But anyways, when that monster came along, everything changed. Y'all know I don't even gotta break it down and explain it. Everything changed, and the meat houses, the butchers and stuff never went back to doing that stuff again. So it's that much harder now that when they try to do anything to stop you from living your best life, because really raising your own food is the only way that you're gonna know what it is actually that you eating. Because you don't know what the hell these people feeding us these days. But anyways, but when we first went to slaughter, we had did some of the meat on the grill for the first time, right? And these were like smaller, like what you do the baby backs with, right? So I had cooked them, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I walked past the table. And I'll ask the kids, I was like, because we had named them, and their name was Jack and Jill. And I walked past the table. I was like, how do Jack and Jill taste? And my kids are Mom, golly, you play too much. Going on, man. Well, I used to do that to them, but I know I was so wrong because, see, I have a hard time. I have a hard time with those things. It's like the first time we went and did our chickens, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. It was a struggle to be able to just like, and especially if you make a connection, with those animals, because see, when we first got them, the kids went to naming them, sitting in the pen with them, playing with them, and all of that stuff. You can't do that. You have to detach yourself. If you're gonna grow your own food, you have to detach yourself away from all that. So then it's like, then my husband, I already told y'all when we first got into the chickens and stuff, when we first went and got them chickens and that storm was coming, so what we gonna do with the chickens? The storm coming. He said, what the hell you think you gonna do? What the hell you think you gonna do with them? I say, but what a storm. The storm coming. He is like, they gonna stay out there and they pee. I was like, but he was like, listen, okay. Oh, so where we lived at before was like, it was in Oviedo area. Oviedo is very, very nice, a very, very nice area, right? And they got there's a library in Oviedo. And there, when you get back there in that area, they actually have a place that they call a chicken crossing, because there are free chickens that roam around in that area. They have little babies with them, and they treat them like they're ducks. They're protected. Honey, if you run over one of those chickens, you will get fined. And I'm going to tell you how serious it is. They actually got an ad in the newspaper where they write about those chickens every week in the newspaper. And I find it to be the craziest thing ever. But they write about them chickens every week. My husband said, what about them chickens that stay out there by the Oviedo library? He said, do them people let them in the library when the storms come and everything? I had to think about that. I was like, oh, okay then. He was like, you ever see your grandma bring her chickens in the house when the storm come through? I was like, nah, well, I don't know what made me think that, but I was ready to bring my 20 chickens inside the house, especially after we paid all that money for it. Because I'm telling you, that C word made everything go up. How them chickens cost some money, especially when you went from paying $2 per chicken. And the chickens went from being $2 to $5 per chicken. So they were very, very expensive. So nobody ain't had time to be leaving them chickens out there in the weather. But yeah, we left them out there before. And somebody else asked me one time what I do with the chickens. I fell out laughing when they asked me that. What you do with the chickens when a storm comes? I just fell out laughing. I wasn't laughing because they asked me the question. I was asking because I knew exactly what they was getting at, because I had done been down that road before, thinking, you gonna bring these animals in the house and they gonna run around. But I actually have somebody who I gave some of my chickens to. Honey, when the storm comes, she get her chickens from out her pen and she put them in her garage. she put the chickens in her garage. Yes, and absolutely. You run one of them chickens over back there in Oviedo, honey, you go to jail. You probably better stay out of Oviedo, because they do not play about them chickens back there. They got a whole chicken crossing. You better pause if you see one of them chickens cross that road. You better pause. I'm telling you, they write up about those chickens. People be back there taking the pictures, and all over the place you'll see people pausing and stuff, taking pictures, because they got chicken crossings. They don't even got no crossings for the ducks and stuff over here. But they got chicken crossings. Okay. Rich folks, honey. Ain't got nothing else to do with that money. They're spending on the chickens. Not going to jail on chicken. Hey, and speaking of going to jail on the chicken charges, it was a man over here that the chicken tried to peck him, and he rang the chicken's neck, and he went to jail. He went to jail for animal cruelty. Imagine that. The chicken bit him, and he did something that's how you take the chicken high, and he went to jail for animal cruelty because it was somebody's pet. He said, how the hell I was supposed to know he was somebody's pet? How was I supposed to know he was somebody's pet? He was a chicken running around, and he was loose, and he pecked me. And I think he cooked them. Y'all can look on here on YouTube. I bet they got it in here, because it was a lot of people was laughing about it. I'm telling you. And I think that happened here in Florida, if I ain't mistaken. Yes, over in Cocoa, Titusville, somewhere like that. Went to jail. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? Girl, I bet he wishes he ate it since he did go. I don't think it ever made it to that part of it, but I do believe that's what he ended up doing. With him, is he rang his neck and he cleaned it up and did what he do. So I guess he'll say, I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. Oh no, that chicken messed around and found out on that day. He messed around and found out. So I mean, it's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. That I don't know, anybody experiencing I mean, no, I don't even gotta ask, because I know a lot of people experiencing different things with their phones and stuff. And that's why I said that for those of you all who got time to, you know, take advantage of the technology, because it is a blessing. But for those of you who don't have time to, you know, take advantage of the technology, just know that Rondell, he rang the chicken neck, and then I think he cooked them. He cleaned it and he cooked them, and he went to jail for animal cruelty. He went to jail for animal cruelty because it was somebody's pet. He said how he was supposed to know that it was somebody's pet, but he took him out of here. He felt like chicken that night. And it was free. Not necessarily free, because he did do time. He did time for that chicken. I just can't believe that somebody went to jail. I couldn't believe somebody went to jail for that. Radiation stickers from Amazon. What that do, Miss Coffee? I just ordered phone radiation stickers from Amazon. I don't know. See, my kids be doing stuff like that. I cannot stand no you know my preference shelf. I just now I just do you got walkie-talkies? Stick on the back of your phone. Okay, but then what? Okay, so what do the radiation? What would the radiation do to the phone if I don't know nothing about that, Miss Coffee. Tell me about it. And let me I'm gonna drop a link in the chat just in case anybody wants to hit the link. You can and come up. Y'all know sometimes I be forgetting that I can drop a link. I'm so used to cut the radiation to your to your area, not just that don't just pertain to your phone. Oh, okay then. See, I didn't even think about anything like that, Miss Coffee. You see how sometimes other people can say stuff and take you outside of the box of where you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just my husband real old school, so he always thinking about he can go back and you can go back and do everything like you did back in the yeah. um I lost my train of thought of what I was saying. Yeah, I've been just trying to get the one thing that we've been working on steadily is that the gas and stuff. We got like wood and all of that stuff like that. So, I don't know. But I know one thing that I was gonna say, because I was telling y'all about the pigs earlier, and that what we don't necessarily eat them, but they are good to have, even if you don't eat them, to trade. That's why, like, I got a lot of stuff. Like, I'll grow a lot of different things, but don't necessarily, like, one year we did cantaloupes. Um, Me and my kids don't necessarily like cantaloupes, but we have people who do. So, you can trade them off for other stuff. So we kind of look at stuff like that. But sometimes your trade, the things that you raise them gotta make sense. Like the pigs don't move. They don't move fast enough, and there's nobody that want to trade them like that, because once you buy one pig, then like the size pigs that we have out there, according to what size deep freezer you have, you buy one of those and you can pretty much your freezer will be full with pork, and you won't have any room for anything else. So it's like it's a long time feeding them in between where you will. And then too, out here where we live at, this is agriculture, so everybody out here got their own animals and everything. I think these people across from us, I think they got the whole zoo over there. At nighttime, you can hear every animal over there in the book. They be over there talking to each other like on Charlotte's Web. Everybody be over there talking. Every animal they got over there. About to go to bed, but so glad I got a chance to catch it, Shauna. Have a blessed night, everyone. Thank you, Shawanda, for coming through, and it was good to see you. as always. I'm glad that I got a chance to see you tonight. You have a good night's rest. Um, but yeah, it's hard to change that up. Trade those things because a lot of people out here keep worrying for. See, I would plead with it, Miss Coffee. And you know me, the first thing that I thought about is when my husband said that he want to get rid of them, is I thought about throwing something else on my plate. And you already know where I'm coming from. So back up, Shauna. Let him, because I don't want to add anything else to already what I got. Corinne, what's up, girl? Good to see you in the spot tonight. Oh, you ain't got you off tomorrow, so you hanging out late, huh? um, yeah. So it's hard to trade those things off for you know other stuff, and it got to make sense. But it lasts. You have to feed them for a long time in between the trades, or whether you're gonna sell them or whatever. And it ain't like somebody can just come and buy one from you and just take it to the slaughter and get it done. You have to know somebody that knows somebody that's willing to do it. So it ain't that easy to get rid of. And so but that's what he want to do. And he just want a full clear yard to just be able to plant stuff. He said even if it's just fruit trees or whatever. So that's what he believe in. He was like, if he rather have all trees that bear fruit than to just have a regular old plain tree sitting in the yard that does nothing. I told him the other trees have good uses because we can use them. But fruit trees and stuff are good because they're good. Like you can cook with them and all of that kind of stuff. So, and oat wood, that's good to cook with. But and that's mostly what we have here. But just trying to get some other stuff that makes sense because the stuff that we feed our animals, we don't feed them that processed stuff that you don't know what they put in it. It's like a if you're gonna feed them that, then you might as well go on and just continue to get the stuff that they have in the stores and everything, because then you feeding them the manufactured stuff, and then you're gonna feed your family the food that was eating that manufactured stuff, which means you still get manufactured stuff versus what you just get. So we just buy plain old corn, whole corn kernels, sunflower seeds, rolled oats, uh, and toasted mealworms. Is that everything that we get? Corn, sunflowers, rolled oats, and worms. Yeah, that's what all our animals eat, and it can be very expensive at times, because these prices forever change. And I tell you, everything going up right now. I know how to get rid of. How you gonna get rid of them? Don't you say nothing slick. I picked a pear off a tree today. It was so. Oh, I almost thought I see you say it was so nasty. I bet it was, Korean. I bet it was nothing like nothing from the stove. Ooh, girl, did you keep the seeds, Korean? I know you did. I bet you throw them away. I'm looking for me go and pick another one off of the Korean and send me the seed. I've been trying to get a pear. I got one pear tree to grow one time. One pear tree. And then it just died out. Got it from the grocery store. I didn't want to, because we bought that one pear from the store just to get the seeds from out of it, and only one of them came up and did it. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, see, Korean, you could have had us a tree growing somewhere at somebody places. I had a mini watermelon drying those plants for next year. Miss Coffee. I finished my bed the other day. I just didn't post the video yet, but I'm gonna post it. I just planted me some watermelon. I planted them watermelon for my birthday. I sure did. I planted me some watermelon. But you know, I'm over here in Florida. So even though it's gonna say you need 150 days of hot weather, we might have 300 more hot days over here in Florida because you know we have in the middle of winter we have summer. It don't never be that cold over here, but you know I ain't gonna never say never because you know one time it did snow here in Florida when I was a baby. But you just don't know what you're gonna get. So, anyways, you know, I'll always say I'm gonna take a chance and I'm gonna go throw me some seeds in the ground and we gonna see what they gonna do. We all gonna see what they gonna do because I already done put them in there already. They've been in, I planted them on my birthday. I said that I wanted to have it finished and planted right there in that front part. So that part is done. And I'm tomorrow I'm gonna be working on the next section if the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pushing nothing. I'm just glad to be saying that I got it. I'm getting back out into the garden. It's so many pears on that tree. Okay, then Corinne, you got flick me out some seeds onto a paper towel, child. Yes, please, please, please. Just you know, all you gotta do is put them on the paper towel and just leave them sitting there. You can keep them for like a year. All you gotta do is just put them to the side for me, and I will be ever so grateful. It'll even be better if you go ahead and plant a couple of them. Let's figure it out. I'll do the research for you and figure out how to do it again, and then I'll tell you how to do it. You gonna plant them? You gonna plant? You ain't gotta plant them all. Just plant like 2 of them. You gonna do it? I said I'm gonna do the footwork, figure out how it's supposed to be done, and then I just tell you how to do it, so you can go ahead and get something growing. Good eating, pack them boys away for the holiday. Where you gonna pack them at though, Rondell? When they get packed away, the thing is where you gonna put them at. I don't need no freezer full of pork. Especially ain't gonna be moving nowhere. It's just gonna be sitting there. Now, see if you got somebody to stand around, some good old country boys or whatever that'll get out there and you know, go on and do their thing. That would already be done. That would already be done. And all of those guys that do those kinds of things, where are they during the daytime when that stuff's supposed to be getting done? Because they have to be like a fast job because you don't want all the flies and all of that stuff flying all over the place. Like you have to get it in and get it done and over with. Those guys in the time of the day that it needs to be done, they're out working. And then by the time they come back in, the day already done gone by. Yeah, that's why I just for me it's like just coming live and everything or just trying to talk. Y'all know I don't never stay on one subject no way. Somebody can say something in this chat and we're right now we talking about growing food and everything, and we'll be on the other side of the road talking about aliens or something, you know, over here. And I just have to name the video or whatever after I finish with it because it just be like that. But who can go wrong with saying let's talk tonight? That's all we doing, talking. Miss Coffee, but your garden looks amazing. I'm telling you, during this time that I haven't been out in my garden, your garden and Shalissa garden is what been helping me get through my little thing and encouraging me. Girl, go ahead and get on back out there. Go ahead. And then my greens was looking so pitiful when I went out there. They looking good already. Watermelon going crazy. Yeah, I don't care what time, because you know the season it's supposed to be too late now to plant watermelon or whatever. I don't be caring nothing about what they be saying on them papers and stuff about when you supposed to plant stuff or it's too late for it. I'll be planting my stuff when I get ready to. So the other watermelon that was back there. Hopefully, I'm still gonna try and grow me some squash and stuff too. Hopefully, by the time I put it there, it still got enough sun to do whatever it got to do, like the ground warming up enough, because the temperatures in the ground gotta be good enough for the the squash and stuff to do what they gotta do. But hopefully all that still is in place so I can get them going and growing and get me some stuff in these squash vine borers going on in mine. That is their business to eat your plants. So, but I want them to find them some other kind of business, go lay down somewhere and take a rest until next year or something like that. So we pull all the bushes up filled with dirt and mulch if we got space for 30. Oh, you got space for 30 more buckets? Woo! The garden toss. Wow. You was mad at us for planting a patch without permission as kids. True, a mom and pop barbecue place to take them. Uh, you said you was mad at us for planting the patch without permission as a kid. Oh, when y'all had them watermelon growing right there in the yeah, because where y'all had them at. Like, how would you put they plant a whole bunch of watermelon in the middle of the driveway. And then when somebody get ready to drive through it, it was not like the main driveway or whatever, but you could drive through our yard all the way to the back, and then you can come out like through a path or whatever. They planted the watermelon right in the driveway of that right there. So then when you get ready to drive back there, they like, Mom, you can't drive this way because we planted out. And that's that year that y'all grew a yellow watermelon that year. I think what happened. So I'm glad I didn't run it over. It was the first time we ever had grown a yellow watermelon. Anybody ever had that before? We trying to harvest everything. I know that's right. We about to replant everything. Yeah. Shalissa didn't know that when you plant plants that they don't just stay forever. When I told her, I was like, all of this stuff is going to die out. She was like, what? I was like, the way her face looked, it was just like her heart was broken. I was like, Shalissa, it grows in seasons. I say, don't worry about it. I say, it's supposed to die, and then you're supposed to replant. She's like, oh, I thought it just keep on growing. I was like, no, honey child, that's not how the garden works. Every year you start the process over again. For the most part. And my house potato is almost done. See, Miss Coffee, you did something that Shauna ain't make it. Yeah, them I think mine was it was too cool for mine or whatever because it stayed wet. Remember how your first potatoes where they stayed too moist? I told you what could have been the problem the last time I put more dirt in it. I then turned around and I think I did the same thing because the potato, remember I removed my potato from outside and brought it back in here when it was already growing. So, I don't know. But yeah, she was messed up, child. And I told her that it only lasts for a season. It better be some of that dirt. I know that's right. It better be some. If the plant's still up there, and everything, usually the plant will get the sometimes it'll grow a flower on it when it's done. Sometimes it won't. You can't trust that the flower do. But one thing for sure, the top of it'll start to die off, and you'll know it's time to dig. But you might be like me. I can't wait. You get super excited. Yeah, all yellow watermelons. Yeah. I never seen that before. They were so excited when they bought them in. And I was just like, why is it yellow? I never heard of that before. My husband is just like, they taste the same. Sometimes they taste better than the red ones. And I never bought watermelon seeds from the store. These watermelon seeds that I planted that you're gonna see in this video that I did, somebody bought those seeds for me. I never buy watermelon seeds. I don't buy watermelons that don't have seeds in them, for one thing. So whatever seed, whatever come out of the thing, my kids believe in saving every seed that they can come out the watermelon. Just take them and throw them on the ground everywhere in the yard. And that's why sometimes we'll have a surprise. Like right now, it wouldn't even shock me. Like if we walk around the yard and maybe find something, because you know how I said sometimes we drop seeds and stuff everywhere, and then the next thing you know, you turn around and look, and something's growing that we did not plant. Like I didn't plant any sweet potatoes this year, but we got sweet potatoes growing everywhere. I told you all you got to do is stick a piece of that vine in the ground one time or another, and you gonna be good. You're gonna be absolutely good. They're gonna once they come back with a vengeance every single year. Hey TT. Yeah, that the yellow ones, they said they were sweet. Y'all know I don't like watermelon. I don't eat watermelon. Now, what I do like to do with watermelon, which would be so perfect right now, y'all know I'm harvesting off of my pineapples are ripening a little bit at a time. If I had a watermelon that was out there growing right now, I like to cut the watermelon in four and cut the pineapple in four, and then I layer them together in a bin, and do watermelon, pineapple, and that's how I make my fruit ball. I put that at the bottom, and then whatever other fruit and stuff I'm gonna put in, I put it on the top of that. So that's like sitting at the bottom, and I let it sit overnight for like a cookout or something the next day, and it be good and cold. You talking about something good? That's the only way I'm eating anything close to watermelon. And I'm not finna eat the watermelon. I'm gonna eat the pineapple, where the pineapple and the watermelon done fuse together. So good. Y'all should try that one day. You have convinced me. I'm trying. I bought a cucumber plant today from my. All right, yeah, TT. That's what I like. Child, I get excited when somebody growing. When somebody start to go. All you gotta do, if something start going wrong, you know Miss Coffee. So you got Miss Coffee. You can go over to. You got Shalissa. That's me. Go over to Shalissa, that's me, and ask them something wrong with my plant. What I supposed to do? You can ask me anytime. You know, we over here together. We be teaching each other how to do things. I told you I can grow some things, but I'm not no professional at nothing. I just be trying different stuff. And most of the stuff that I be growing, I get my stuff from out the grocery store, what I done already paid for, and I'm using what I got from out of the grocery store to grow some more stuff. I ain't spending too much. All them pineapple and stuff that I be getting, there's no seed to buy for no pineapple. You get a seed every time you buy a pineapple from the grocery store. You twist that top off of it and then stick it in the ground. It's that simple. You ain't got to do nothing else to it. Put some more next to it. Every time you get one, stick them in the ground right there next to each other. They'll root. And before you know it, you'll have pineapple just like I do. I ain't even got my pineapples planted in no they're not planted in dirt. That's a box full of mulch. I can literally go out there and grab one of those pineapple heads and just pull it from up out of the ground. It might be some of them, like the bigger ones, they may have stronger roots and stuff into the ground. But for the most part, that box is just a box that's filled with mulch, and we just keep it watered. And this year, I think it got in that box, we've got 4 or either 5 pineapple out of it, and I think there's somewhere close to like 10 still in there. So I don't know. And the best way to when you got them together in that box, like the way that we got, the best way to know how many you have is when they start to get the color on them, because they blend in so well with the other green and everything. So, you know, like I said, the way I'll be looking at it over here is one way or the other. As soon as I see that we don't have a way of producing food over here, in a way, it's like it makes me not really anxious, but it started to make me like want to do some stuff and move around. It's like if the chickens are slowing in laying eggs, and I ain't seeing my eggs starting to bust with a whole bunch of eggs and stuff, It made me look at everything else, and it just made me be more observant. It was like making sure that at all times I don't want to be dependent on a grocery store, because we don't know what's gonna happen. You ever ran up to the store and think you're gonna go in the store, and then they tell you all our stuff down right now. If you ain't got cash, they can't sell you nothing, because the card machine ain't working. You ain't got cash on, you can't get what you need. No, none of that stuff. And it's just like that can happen any day, anytime. And what if you one of those people? And I'm not claiming to be one of those people, but it ain't like I've never lived my life like that before. I have had days of that growing up. You look in the refrigerator, there ain't nothing in that refrigerator. There's nothing there. Hey, Callie, there's nothing there in that refrigerator. So we just kind of sitting around waiting to see what it gonna be tonight. I never went to bed hungry before, but I have sat and wait between when you get out of school until dinner time to think what are we gonna eat. But there are people who are struggling still in that way. And what I just would hate is if you're already going to the grocery store and you're getting something, if you got hell, if you got an old pot that you're getting ready to throw away, it ain't nothing for you to do to go out there and scoop some dirt up in it and start to grow something. Do you know plants feed off of iron that be in those pots? That stuff feed the plants and everything. I'll never forget one time I was trying to grow grapes and I gave up on them grapes, so I put something else in the pot. That pot sat there. The next thing you knew, all them grapevines started popping up out of there. That's how I tell you, when you are growing something in one thing, and then you be like, it ain't gonna come up. Then you go and dump it somewhere. I'll be like, you gonna have a whole garden in that pot over there. You gonna have a whole garden in that pot over there. That, like I told Miss Coffee, she was like, "Oh, this stuff wasn't growing." I laugh about stuff, especially when I hear people talking about gardening, because you get impatient and you think that something ain't working. I can remember the time I planted carrots, thinking that, oh, they ain't gonna come up, so I'm just going ahead and put something else here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then I dump it into something else, and the next thing you know, you got carrots, broccoli, onions, everything growing up in the same thing. I was like, see, you so impatient. I did it a lot of times. So when other people, I'll just be like, give it some time. But I also know how it feels to be in that place. So whenever it happens, I just laugh about it. And that's what you can do. You can laugh about it. It's not meant to be so it's not meant to be so hard on yourself. Why you want to run from this life is already hard enough, point blank period. I'm not saying we have hard days every single day, but then why would you want to go and get something that's going to be even more harder on you? I'm telling you, anything that you do out in the garden, if you don't beat yourself up about it, you have to make your garden be fun. It's just something you're going out there to do, because the same way you feel like you can't go out there and do something is the same way you be looking at that pot every day. You walk up to it and you ain't seen nothing come. You have to wait. You have to wait. That day that you walk up and you see that seed done broke through that ground, honey, please. You in a whole nother ball game, because now you're going to want to see. Because this my work right here. I did that. And all you have to do is, if it does not work, when you get you some, say like you rake some seeds out of a tomato, right? If you rake 10 seeds out of it, plant half of them. So if something does not go right with them, and seeds, you can hold on to seeds for a long time. A lot of people say for a year. I'm here to tell you, I don't held on. I showed y'all all them okra seeds that I saved from last year. I ain't throwing my okra seeds away. No, ma'am. I'm the one that gonna try it. I'm gonna be around here sprinkling okra seeds everywhere to see if they gonna grow. I'm not throwing. You throw your okra seeds away. I ain't throwing mine away. So I don't throw seeds away, but you plant half of them and see how you do with those ones. And then if something does not work out, okay, then that ain't work out this time. Let me go. But especially if it's something, find something that you like to grow. There are several things that you can get from the grocery store too. You can regrow a cabbage from the store. You can regrow celery. And if even if they have collard greens, they have the collard greens still like on the, it has the stalk at the bottom of it. You actually can go and sit that in water and it will put roots out on it. So there's a lot of different things that they have at the grocery store that you just have to be willing to try. And TT, I promise you on everything. I don't be trying to make stuff sound easy. I just give it to you to like the way that I look at it. When I'm telling you, when I go out there be some frustrations because I want things to work out the way I want. Sometimes things don't look the way that I want. Everybody who got a garden, I'm telling you, see Miss Coffee laughing at me because she know I'm telling the truth. It's been times I go out there because you will start your garden and like you'll start it off this way, and then you'll start to get visions of how you want your garden to look as you go along too. And so when it doesn't match up with the vision that you have, it, because honey, you'll go to sleep at nighttime, you'll start dreaming about your garden. It's like that. It's like it becomes the love of your life. I'm telling you, you start dreaming about it. Just ask Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee got them pots out there. I thought her garden was just as beautiful as can be. But as soon as Miss Coffee mentioned those colors to me, I already knew what she was feeling, because then you can go to sleep at nighttime and you can dream, I want all of those orange pots together. I want all of the white pots together. And then before you know it, you just want everything to be like organized in this certain way. And then if you do it that way, then it still doesn't make sense. So you steady changing up stuff. So it'll change around and you will do different things, and you're going to love things one way and you're going to love things another way, and you're going to switch it up. But it's going to be your own little thing. It's the place you go to. And after you done had a stressful day, honey, I am telling you, the garden will make you leave a long day of work that you done had an argument with your boss, and you will want to go out after you done came home from a long, hard day and go into your garden, because there's something about that garden out there that just, it tends to just take away all of that, the negativity that's running and boiling. Just, I'm talking about one of them days where you just don't push me because I'm close to, them kind of days and stuff like that. Oh, black eyed peas, I've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of black eyed peas. That's another thing I told you, in your cabinet right there in your kitchen. It don't take no whole bunch of them. Go take you about 20 black eyed peas from out of the thing. 20 black eyed peas planted will create a nice little pot of black eyed peas for a small family or whatever. You don't need that. You don't need that many of them, but big squash, eggplant, peppers. Yes, it's so many things. Oh, you get bell peppers from the grocery store. You can regrow your onions. There is so many things. Squash and zucchini. Split it down the middle. You can flick the seeds from out of it. If you're buying this stuff already fresh, you got all the seeds and stuff you need. Don't buy no seeds. Use what you already get from the store. Don't go and buy no seeds from the store. Just get something what you already be making at home. Get it out the fresh vegetable section and get you some seeds from out of there and try and grow that. Don't buy no seeds. That's the real carefree, easy way. If you got some dried beans in your cabinet, try to grow some of them. If you eat a lot of salads and stuff like that. Now, I would say, and there are certain lettuces too, like this one lettuce that's called Bibb lettuce is what I had growing out in my garden this year, and it was very pretty. Not tooting my own horn, but it was very pretty. They sell those in the grocery store, and they come in these little domes or whatever to keep them moist. You actually can get those, and you can keep growing those too. They'll grow out. But like if you don't want to do outdoors, you can grow lettuce. You can grow lettuce in your windowsill, even if you put it in a solo cup. You can grow from your windowsill. So all you got to do is put it in. TT it's not that hard, and I'm telling you, all you got to do is, when you can look at your plant and when it is looking yellow or down and out or whatever, take a picture. Take a picture of it and show it. Take a picture of it and put it as your what you call it, Miss Coffee. I don't even know what you call it, but your avatar. If you don't want to come like on a panel, or you don't want to post on a page or no nothing like that, make it like your avatar, and then that way you can show like what it's looking like or what it may need. But for the most part, all of those things like that is, if they got nitrogen, because I grow a lot of things that deal with nitrogen. I don't necessarily go out to the store and buy any of that stuff. Everybody know mostly over here, but I use to fertilize any of my stuff. I bought fertilizer one time this year, and it's only because I knew that people don't have access to the same thing that I do. They trying to grow on the inside, so I went and bought some fertilizer and did a live with it before. But almost every single thing that I have here in my garden, I fertilize with chicken poop only. It has worked miracles for me. Everybody call it, that's gold right there. That's chicken gold. These oh my gosh. Miss Coffee, you trip. Yes, I had romaine windowsill. Oh, Miss Coffee, you should have sent me a picture of it. Oh man, how did it do? Now see, we done did the my kids used to, I knew about the lettuce because my kids used to have like they used to get like the little they teachers and stuff used to get them like the little you ate it the lettuce. That's another thing too, that you know what okay, TT, I was just gonna say I was gonna go on a spiel about the lettuce. Now what happens is lettuce will grow for so long, but after a while what it does is this thing called bolting. Once it starts to bolt, it grows like really, really tall, right? And at the top of it is lettuce seeds. Now, see that garden bed that I planted out there? It probably will grow lettuce in it forever and a day now, because all of the lettuce that I had out there, it went to seed, and of course the seeds broke open and they out there right now. When I start cleaning from around there and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if I see some little lettuce and stuff already growing or whatever. But yeah, all lettuce will grow to seed after it's made a head or whatever. It'll get seeds on it. So yeah, that's how lettuce get seed. It grow it up at the top of it. It'll like bolt up like a long flower on a stem or whatever, and then it'll put out seeds. And then, hey Shalissa, we've been talking about you in your garden over here. Just walked in the house for what kind of work y'all had at 12 o'clock at night time? Y'all must have had some kind of pep rally or something like that. But yeah, that's lettuce do have seeds. And if you ever, now I have bought lettuce seeds before, but I bought lettuce seeds one time, and I ain't bought no more. But right now, I got so much lettuce seed right now, honey. I can go back there and plant the whole backyard with nothing but lettuce. That's how much lettuce seeds I got. I don't know. I probably got like 20 packs of lettuce seeds. And anybody who know you got 20 packs of lettuce seeds, that's a lot. A lot of lettuce. A lot. So, but yeah, oh, you had a field trip. Okay, Korean was just in here too, busting through the door. I say, I know why you busting through this time of night, because you ain't got work. Or she is too excited. How'd the field trip go, Shalissa? You welcome, TT. Anytime. I'm telling you, I'm genuinely excited when people start, growing their own food and stuff. And just because I know it's better than anything that you can get from the store. That I know for sure. Another thing too, I want to I'm ready to get like my spinach and stuff growing. I was looking at somebody made a short the other night. This man went and harvest. I don't know if he harvested. He probably went and bought it. But he had bought, I guess I'm gonna say he bought a bag of spinach from the grocery store. And it was so funny when he went and dumped all the spinach in it, because spinach do that for real. You can have a big bag of spinach and you drop it in that pan, and honey, that big bag of spinach. Okay, say the bag of spinach from out of the grocery store that may be like the size of your computer screen. Let's say that. You go and dump that, you go and dump that in the pan, and you fry it up or whatever. When you finish, you will be lucky to have 3 fork spoons, 3 forks of spinach. By the time you cook that bag, I mean that it don't do nothing. So when you plant spinach, you almost have to dedicate a very big area to get it. And I don't really use lettuce like that. My kids and my other son out here does use lettuce a lot. Me myself, if I'm gonna eat a salad or something, I rather use spinach to eat my salad with. But I also like to eat spinach, just point blank. Period. I like spinach. One time, that was the only, in one of my pregnancies, it was the only thing that I could eat. Ain't that crazy? I just wanted me some spinach with put some butter in it, and just like let the butter like sizzle and like get browned a little bit, and then throw the spinach in there and let it get like that caramelized flavor from the butter. Lord Jesus, that's what my baby lived off of the whole time I was pregnant. Spinach. So yes, but spinach break down into, I mean, it shrivels up. I eat spinach too, or butter lettuce. Yeah, because, and I choose spinach, like if I'm gonna get if I want lettuce or something on the sandwich, if they have spinach available, I will choose the spinach versus the lettuce. It got better value to it than lettuce does. So that's why I usually choose it. My kids always say, nah, but they don't never complain. Whenever I go, if I get them a sandwich or something like that made, and I'm bringing it by surprise, it got spinach on it. It don't got lettuce on it. They say it don't taste the same. I remember I cooked some spinach one time, but I cooked it like collard greens, and my daughter was big. Can I have seconds of those collard greens you cook? I ain't cooked no collard greens, girl. She said, you did cook collard greens, Mom. Quit playing. Can I just have some more collard greens? I said, all right then, but I'm telling you, I ain't cooked no collard greens. It was the first time I put some bacon. I put some bacon in the pan and fried the bacon and throw the spinach in there with that and some onions. They thought it was collard greens. Tow it up. Tow it up. I don't eat no spinach. But if I go and get a sandwich and I know they like lettuce, I'm so quick to say spinach on it. I was like, yeah, they'll take it off if they don't want it. They ain't never. I ain't see them take it off. Spinach and watermelon. My daughter had a green birthmark. Yeah, I just had I don't know. I told her I done tried watermelon every way you can. I just don't like it. I do not. Everybody be saying, what? You don't like watermelon? I don't like it. I have one from my mom's asparagus. I would like to try and grow asparagus one of these days. I'm gonna see, do I got some seeds? I got so many seeds and I don't even know what I do got. And I probably do got asparagus, but that's something that I wanna try one of the. Yep, sounds good. Trying to add a little garlic. Now I done had garlic out there growing forever. I didn't find it when I came back home, so maybe it died back out. And maybe I need to go out there and dig it up. But I didn't dig anything up. I just did what I did. And you see, I put a layer of mulch on top of what was already there to build a garden up. And then I put dirt on top of, well, I didn't show you all yet. But I'm actually telling y'all about it. So I'm gonna post the video soon. But I put what was already there. It could have had, now that you saying about the garlic, I had garlic planted in there before I left. And so there might be garlic bulbs down in the ground, because you have to pull them up out of there and sit them up after you've pulled them. So It might be some hidden down in there somewhere, but too late now. I've already gone over it and redid my thing. So um that one's a lost cause unless it decide to come up some kind of way later on down the line. I make a salad out of lettuce or spinach or broccoli. Uh, and I mix them together too, but I eat salad just with those vegetables. You have lettuce or spinach and broccoli mix, and that's all you put on the salad. All done. See, a lot of people be like, Shauna, what kind of salad did you eat? If you went to just think about it. If you went somewhere and ordered a grilled chicken sandwich, that's kind of what my salad looked like. It usually is lettuce or spinach, tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. It might consist of either banana peppers or jalapeno peppers and some grilled chicken. No salad dressing. I hate salad dressing with a passion. But guess what? Can anybody guess what I put on my salad? Everybody gonna be like, "Girl, you weird." I don't eat salad dressing at all. No, I will use only only one of the vegetables. Okay. Okay then. So like if that's like your base of the salad, like either broccoli, lettuce, or spinach. That's what you'll use for the base. I never heard of using broccoli as a base, kind of like you use the makes sense though. She nasty, y'all. Yeah, I don't because I don't do no salad dressings or no nothing like that. On my oh, and I do croutons too. So that's like the sandwich. Grilled chicken, lettuce, tomatoes, extra tomatoes, jalapeno peppers or either banana peppers, the grilled chicken, croutons, maybe, and mustard. That's what I put on my salad. That's the only way I eat salad. I ain't never tried it with like just regular old vinegar or something like that. Never tried that before, but that's what I usually that's how I eat my salad. Not an extreme amount of mustard, but just think about it. If you was eating a grilled chicken sandwich, that's usually what people put on their grilled chicken sandwich. So no mayonnaise on the sandwich. You got bowl sandwiches. Yeah, that's what I got, a sandwich bowl. That's what I got, and that's how I eat my salad. That's the only kind. That's the only like salad, besides like a potato salad or something like that. But that's usually what I my thing that I do. Shalissa, do you see I went to I went on the water to Sanford today. You should see, you can see in the video what it's looking like but I think you done went through there lately. I don't know if you seen what it looked like back there anymore, but it looks really nice over there. But y'all, I've been on here now almost an hour and 30 minutes, and it is now 12:09. um and then and I'll be saying this all the time. I might come back tomorrow. I think tomorrow I might even come back on probably and go live probably 2 or 3 times. I don't even know. But I definitely, most likely, is going to be in my garden tomorrow. So, um, and I don't know if, because y'all know, when I go out to the gardens, if I want to set the seals free, y'all know what the seals is, right? If you don't know what the seals in, then you ain't been over you ain't been over here long enough. You know, the seals be out and they be free. I ain't gonna hit the I ain't gonna hit the camera if the seals be free. But if you know, if I decide to tie the seals down, you know, then you know, I'll be on here, you know, and share with y'all. Because I tell you, like, you know, when you go out in your garden, like, you're supposed to be comfortable and you're supposed to be free and you're supposed to be out there enjoying yourself. You know, sometimes it's a struggle for me to come on. It's a struggle for me to come on and like be all dressed up because, to be honest with you, that is definitely not my normal when I go in the garden. When I go in the garden, I go in the garden to sweat, sweat, sweat. I don't need no bra or none of that extra stuff to be in my way. I just want to move around and be as close to my natural state as I can. Sometimes my hair be flying all over my head, but that's how I go and roll in the garden. Until shorts and boots. T-shirt and some shorts and some boots. Yes, that is absolutely. And let me tell you something. If the camera ain't on, a bra is not a part of the not a part of the equation. I'm telling you. Sometimes there's been times I done got up and I'm going straight in the garden, slob. I still might got a stream of slob because I didn't even stop in the bathroom and I just went on. I just went on and went straight out the door because just like my garden calling me first thing early in the morning, the sun ain't even came up good, but I got a spotlight out there that I can see everything. And I just feel like this is where I want to be at right now. And then end up being out there all day long and then come back in the house and look in the mirror and mess around and scare my own self. Like, girl, you been outside looking like this all day. Then it's time to go in and take a shower. Now I'm going to put myself all together only for what? To go and cook dinner. So, you know, that's just being honest. Like, that's how I like going out in my garden. I love to sweat a lot. I like to see it when it be dripping down my chin. And as a matter of fact, while I'm already talking on this sweating or whatever, let me go ahead and be honest and tell y'all, honey, while I was on my little out and about and everything, your girl gained 29 pounds. Now, see, I just started saying 29 because I was like, girl, don't add an extra pound to it because I don't plan on gaining that extra pound. But I got on the scale today and I'm at 258. And y'all already know I haven't been getting out getting no haven't been out getting no exercise and stuff like that, you know, and plus like my back been hurting and everything, but that was another that was a shocker to me, and especially knowing that I worked hard, y'all, to get to lose all of the weight that I lost. So a lot of you all know I started out at 379. I did hard labor to lose all of the weight. I started at 379 and I went down to 229. Well, in just these last 2 months, and to be honest with you, the whole time that I was out and about, all I was craving for was like PMSing for a whole month. Like, because all I wanted snacks and stuff, and that hasn't been my normal in a very long time. But while I was going through what I was going through, that was my go-to thing. Snacks. And then y'all know my the men be pausing. Yes, all comfort foods and stuff. And it wasn't like I was just sitting there and just eating food. It was just whenever I wanted something to eat. It was, ask my sister, we would be together and we would get food one time a day. And I wouldn't eat no other food at all. And sometimes I wouldn't even eat that food. but I wanted, yeah, comfort foods. And so I guess it costs to be comfortable, huh? So, and I look at it and it's like, that 30 pounds is a lot of hard work, but I do believe that I can get that, I can get back to the place that I was. Give me about a month or two. But with every time you lose it and you gain it back and then you try and lose it again, it keeps getting harder and harder. And y'all know us women, it does not get easier the older we get to try and lose this weight. And right now, at this point in my life, I ain't got the energy in me that I did when I first started on this journey, because honey, your girl was out there moving piles of dirt around the yard and everything with no problem. I was like a spring chicken then, but as I got closer to this number 50, this back don't do the same thing it used to do, and I ain't even finna try and do it. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that I've went from just in this time that I've left and came back, I went from 229 up to 258, coming from 379. So and another thing too is I ain't gonna spend a whole bunch of time moping and groaning and stuff over the 29 pounds. I'm still grateful that I did all that I did before. I'm still proud of myself. I've never been able to do that before. On my own, with no help from anything, because at the time before I decided that I was going to do that, I was actually borderline borderline diabetic, right? Never became diabetic. But I was right there on the line. A 5 point, I think it's 5.7, I think is the number, because now I've been like 3 years removed. I was borderline, right? And I was like 5'4", but I never went higher than that. But the doctor's saying like, this is what you call borderline, and let's do something about it before like we get there. So then I got on metformin. And a lot of people say metformin will make you lose weight because it make you use the bathroom and stuff all the time. Metformin never made me lose no weight. It's like I actually didn't start losing weight until I asked my doctor. After I got down to a 4.7, when I went to 4.7, I asked my doctor, since I'm so far removed from the that ain't even far removed from the borderline, but since I'm away from being borderline, is it okay if I stop taking it? She said she thought it was a good idea for me to continue to take it, but if I thought that I can stay on this path and continue or whatever to keep my numbers like they are, she said she didn't see anything wrong with it. You say metformin didn't work for me. I got diabetes with it. Okay, so for me, I think it helped. I think it. I can't even really say like what it helped me with. I really can't. I still don't really understand it right now. It's like I just think that I did it because my doctor said. I know a lot of people say like they like skeptical of it or whatever. But anyways, it definitely has those things as where it will have you sitting on the toilet all day long. And no matter what you eat, air is like it go in and come right back out. But for whatever reason, like it wasn't doing anything for me. So after I got off of it, probably like a year and a half later, is when I was this is when the C word hit us, right? I had stopped taking it and everything. And then everybody's home, because it took me a while to get out of the streets and stay home, because I was gonna keep on working until my husband was like, he don't want it. Please stop. So I stopped doing it, and then I got back into gardening. And then my husband was finna pay this guy. One of our neighbors have a tractor, so he was just gonna pay this guy to have him move these piles of dirt or whatever that we had got dumped here in the yard to level out the property. And I was just like, at this point, I'm just looking for me something to do, and I'm just like, what can I do to like keep me active? And I was active during the time that I was taking the metformin because I was shopping for people and delivering it to them. So I was very active during that time, but it just was not doing nothing for me. It seemed like ain't nothing worked for me until after I left all of that stuff alone, and I just started paying more attention to the things that I eat, pay more attention to what I eat. And for the most part, I usually don't eat during the daytime. I eat at nighttime. Now, am I suggesting that for anybody? Absolutely not. I'm not suggesting that for anybody because what worked for me probably won't work for you. But I don't do breakfast and lunch, and I just do dinner. And I try not to let it be too late that I eat dinner, but the rest of the day is like water or pretty much whatever it is that I want to drink. I try to stay away from sodas for the most part. Here lately, I try and if I'm gonna have anything like a soda or something, it's like a clear one or whatever like that. But yeah, just me getting away from that, and then to another thing is I knew that going through being attached to those comfort foods, because honey, the girl started getting out of hand. So as a matter of fact, today was my first day because I actually did a fast. And I didn't even think about it that the fast landed right in the middle of in the middle of my birthday. I did a 3-day fast, no sweets and stuff like that. So and when I committed to the fast, I didn't say anything to anybody. And then you all suggested that we should make a pineapple upside down, and my daughter my daughter jumped right on it, and she made a pineapple upside down cake for my birthday that I did not. She put me a piece up and saved it to the side because I had no intentions of telling anybody that I was fasting, and ended up having to tell her because she was like, why don't you want why don't you why don't you want a piece of your birthday cake? And I was like, oh God. I said, now I have to explain to her because your kid ain't gonna understand that they done made a cake for you and you don't want a piece of the cake. So I told her, I said, yeah, I didn't think about it, but so yeah, she has a piece of, and I don't eat cooked vegetables, and they know it too, but that still don't mean your kids don't want you to try whatever they have. But yeah, I had to jump out of that, get that thing up off of me, because even there's times when you be going through your menopause and everything. Us ladies have that time where it's always that moment where you just all you're craving is junk. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to run to it. No, you don't. But I think some of those the skinniest women that be out there into all the fitness, every now and then they got to grab them some chocolate or something every now and then. I know it can't be that serious. When I was pregnant, my mom was I just watch what I eat. I can't take the insulin. Really. I did the insulin one time. I was gestational with one of my kids, pregnant. And I was gestational diabetic. That's another reason too, because I was gestational with one of my kids. My doctor told me then that if you're gestational while you're pregnant, chances are you're going to become diabetic. And it also runs in our family too. So when they introduced the metformin thing, so I was just like, okay, let me go ahead and jump on it because it's something that go on in our family. But so I'm learning as I go with whatever. What is that? I could never live by a church. Honey, to see that church's chicken is where I learned about them jalapeno peppers, that you need that jalapeno pepper with your chicken. I ain't never know nothing about that. I'm talking about we used to because we used to travel for church and stuff. And then in between Sunday school and church, there would always be like a half hour break or whatever. So the church's chicken like right up the street. And one time my cousin had went and got some chicken. She was like, "You want a jalapeno pepper?" And I was like, "What I need a jalapeno pepper for?" She's like, "To eat with your chicken, girl." Child, I don't know nothing about that. Child, she gave me that one jalapeno pepper, and I ain't never turned back from them. But yes, church's chicken, Lord have mercy. No, yeah, I was just gonna say them biscuits with that honey on it. My kids be talking about that all the time, all the time. The okra and is that? Oh, I ain't. I well, you know, I don't do. The only way I'm gonna mess with an okra is got to be pickled in a jar. I'll tell some of them down. But if the okra is in like some greens or tomatoes or something like that, mm-mm, nope. Shauna don't do the snot in no kinds of ways. No, I can't do it. Now, you batter up some okra and fry them. Whew, my husband think he the junk on cooking some fried okra. He cook them and they be like tater chips. I told him he can make these right here for me, and I won't ever eat no tater chips from the store again. If he keep cooking them like that right there. But yeah, I can't do no You ain't never had okay. Then that might because anytime like now, if I get say if I go somewhere and eat chicken, not per se like if I fried chicken at home or something like that, I wouldn't eat it with a jalapeno pepper. It's just like it go with like your with Popeyes or Church's chicken or something like that. Jalapeno peppers are very good with. Don't eat the seed now. Don't eat the seeds if you don't like the hot stuff, because I ain't too crazy about no real hot stuff. But that flavor, the two of them together is good. I don't eat hot sauce for the heat. I eat hot sauce for the flavor. Those who I eat it always. Not no that somebody cook collard greens. I'd be like, did you put okra in them? It was only one person that I knew can cook collard greens, and they don't she don't cook them until like you can when you lift the fork up and they have like that slime effect. No way. I can't do it. Mm-mm. And even though I know that ain't what it is, and there's just something about that just make my skin crawl and instant gag reflex. So if I see anything stringy when I pick that spoon up, it's done. That's over with. I ain't finna mess with nothing that got no okra in it like that. No, but I got a lot of family members and stuff who do. So shout out to those ones. It just ain't on the show. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I done been on this phone with y'all for an hour and now. It was an hour and 30 minutes, and we now at an hour and 43 minutes. We just got to get those 2 hours. But I enjoy talking to y'all all the time. All the time. But I gotta learn how to turn the screen off. I just feel like even though I don't be wanting to look, I be trying to not stare at myself the whole time. But you know, when you're looking at this screen, all you see is yourself all the time. And so I just be wanting to click off the dot. Probably if I just put the dot up, then I probably be running my mouth because I already told y'all sometimes when I get out in the garden, I do this thing where I say I be babbling on, and you probably don't be knowing what I'll be talking about, but eventually I'll say something that makes sense. I have a lot of moments like that. I do that on the phone too when I talk to people. I was like, after a while, I'll say something that means something. I'm a babbler. And I get that from my husband. Like, here you go. You don't start babbling on. It'll come together after a while. But yeah. Miss Coffee, what do you say? Stop looking at the clock. Just close, cover it up. Yeah, but the next time when y'all be seeing something like that's going on TV and we bring it up in here, sometimes I might skip over it or something if it's something that I don't want to touch on. But like if y'all see, oh, another thing is who told me to go and watch somebody told me to watch a movie. Let me see, did I write it down? Somebody told me to watch a movie. Somebody told me to watch a movie. Somebody told me to watch Kidnapped at a HBCU. missing. But let me tell you what happened with that movie. I think was it Miss you Miss Coffee, but somebody told me to watch abduction at a HBCU or something like that. I went in, you know, the first thing you do, because I be on YouTube all the time. But somebody told me that I don't know, I don't remember who it was, but somebody had came in the live the other night and had told me to watch a kidnapping at a HBCU. Okay, then I have to watch that. Then what that's on, Miss Coffee? So listen, if hey Gamma, so I went and looked that movie up, an abduction at a HBCU. And on here, I thought that I was watching it, but I was watching it and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's not making any sense whatsoever. It's like, when is the part going to come up about the abduction? So what I actually ended up watching, I guess this was like a series of Pride or something like that. Anybody ever heard of that? I'm trying to think of what was it that I had. Okay, I watched it, but you know, I was too far in to be like, I'm not gonna finish watching this movie. I don't watch the whole thing. I was like, when is the abduction gonna happen? So I ended up watching a whole nother movie. If you look it up on YouTube, look for the movie An Abduction at a HBCU, and it'll show you a movie, but it's not gonna show you that movie. It's gonna show you another movie, but that's the movie that I'm talking about. I ended up watching that movie, and it was pretty good. I just can't remember what to tell y'all. Oh yes, I can remember what it was about. That movie was almost like y'all ever watch Sweetie Pies? I know some of y'all seen Sweetie Pies with the lady Miss Robbie that was she used to sing with Ike and Tina Turner. This movie was like and it had Stephanie Mills. It was like Stephanie, it wasn't like they was playing, it was so close and similar to what they had going on, but it had Stephanie Mills in it and some other people. It was a good movie, but it just was not the movie that I was looking for. But that was a good movie. So if y'all can go and watch that, that one was pretty good, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. And I think I think the name of that was called like Pride or something like that. But it was like a series, but it played the whole thing. But it was kind of like Sweetie Pies, when the he kind of wanted to get rid of somebody who his mama had given part of whatever he thought should have been his inheritance or whatever. So he was trying to get rid of the girl and knock her off or whatever, versus, you know, in Sweetie Pies, it was her grandson that they was trying to. Okay, is beep. That's what I was gonna say. Is it on? It ain't on Netflix, because I don't got Prime. But sometimes Prime will show you like it'll give me a price or something for it. But I've been watching up. But anyways, I did end up finding an abduction at a HBCU, and it was very good. It was not like the best movie ever, but it was good, and it was good enough that we got a lot of young people that are getting ready to get off and go into college, and they ain't never had these experiences and stuff before. And if you know somebody who getting ready to go off into college and everything, I ain't gonna tell you what to say to them, but give these young folks a good word that'll ring in their ear. And another good thing is this movie is something that can speak volumes to those people who getting ready to go to college, especially the young girls. You go in there and this movie was basically about this girl. She was, you know, unbeknownst to her, you know, she just going and minding her business, and a guy who she does not know approaches her, and he simply want to buy her food. He bought her food one time before, and he wanted to buy her food a second time. And the next time when he bought her food, he just asked her to go and get napkins, and he did something to her food, and she ended up in a bad situation. And I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but that's kind of like how the story starts off. So go and see it. Go and see it for your own self. But I just thought about that. It's a lot of young folks getting ready to go off to college and stuff, and maybe somebody need to hear a good word. Go and have fun, but don't let the fun take over you while you are there. So do things responsible. And sometimes even when we do things responsibly, it still doesn't work out the right way. But sometimes it make us feel better if we know that we told them the right things or whatever, or we guided them in the right way before they went there. And sometimes it's another good thing just for them to hear us say the stuff that they probably act like they don't be wanting to hear, but they know later on down this road, then they be behind the scenes telling, well, my mama told me this, this, and this. They don't act like that it was anything special when you were saying it to them, but then you find out later in life that they've been giving their friends and stuff all of your little secrets about how to get things done, how to do things or whatever. So, but the beekeeper is beekeeper. I'm gonna go and look. I'm gonna go and look beekeeper up tonight, and that will be my movie for tonight. Did anybody else put another movie up here? Okay, but that's a good one that I know of. Anybody else know any good movies from I actually watched I watched Abduction at a HBCU. I actually watched it here on YouTube, but when you type it in, if it's not coming up that you have to pay for it, it's not going to be the right movie from where I experienced it so far. I know some people will post it on here and you might get a chance to run into it, but I'm telling you, I looked for it here on YouTube and it took me to a movie, and it ended up being that movie Pride, which was with Stephanie Mills and I forget what his name, but is his name like Nephew Tommy or something like that? So, I don't know what his name is. Don't get me the line, because in all actuality, I really don't know what Nephew Tommy look like, but he sure talk like him. But I think that's who it is in the movie or whatever. I ain't even look at the credits. But anyways, I typed it in on there, and it ended up coming up. And I think that the name of that movie was Pride. But the one that you type it up, Abducted at a HBCU, you have to pay for that on here. Other than that, Gamma's World, I don't know no other way to where it can be found at, because I told you I'm not like the computer person, but my kids actually showed me last night some way that they can put something in the computer and then the TV pull up all of these different things and show you where you can watch these at, or we got it on a service that we already have here, but it show you all across the screen. I don't even get to watch my TV in the front room. The kids watch it, and that's what I don't watch TV. So I don't know anything about what you watched on Lifetime. Which one was on Lifetime? Was that at the HBCU? Okay. And it was a Lifetime movie. So but I don't put anything on the TV, not for me, because I don't watch TV. Everything I do, I watch it on my phone. I usually watch YouTube, and when I ain't on YouTube, I'm not watching anything. I'm just, sometimes I can be playing something, but I ain't even paying no attention. Was on there too. But yeah, I'm gonna go and look for the Beekeeper, and then see can I watch that one for tonight, and then we'll see what's the next movie. Y'all ain't got no other ones, because then I can have some, because I probably don't go to sleep until about 4 o'clock in the morning. I always be getting off of here only to go inside, and then I still be woke for another 3, 4 hours. So I don't even know what my rush be. But Anyways, I'm gonna watch The Beekeeper tonight, and we gonna see what that is wherever I figure it out. But give me just like a no, I ain't gonna even ask. I hopefully it'll just pull up the one that TT. That's what and really it used to be this thing where it actually was stuff. A Black Girl Missing. Is a Black girl missing, an abduction at a HBCU. That is it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I'm an all nighter, but used to when I was staying up all night and stuff, I was staying up all night because my thoughts and stuff that was inside my head. So now it's like I'm happy that I can be up in the middle of the night, and it's not because stuff from my past is bothering me. There was a season that I was in of purging right here on YouTube, and I haven't had those days in a very, very long time, and hopefully they don't come back no time soon. But you know, you never know what you're gonna get. I told you over here, but let me know what y'all think about it. Gamma, if you get to watch it, A Black Girl Missing, let us know what you think about it. I ain't want to give it away tonight just in case some people didn't, but I'm gonna see what the beekeeper is. Ever since my son said I sleep between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Gamma. And I be trying not like to get into that. And one of these days we really gonna have some conversations because it affected me in that way at one point because I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up out of my sleep and found my son. So for a long time that was a struggle because you try to make sense of what you could have did different, how you could have did it, and no matter which way you could have did it, there's nothing you could have changed what happened, especially when it's not any of you didn't cause it. There was nothing you could have did to prevent it or whatever, but it's still, as a mother, you're always, it's like something that that's your first beginning of woulda, coulda, shoulda. And so that's absolutely how I started out. Yeah. Ooh, Gamma. I in that way, it's like I feel like that's like a sister thing, but too is like it's always like that thing is like that heart sinking feeling when you find somebody else who's having to deal with some of the things, because you just don't wish that on anybody, nobody. You just don't. So it's like, oh my God, when girl, I can't even tell you. Yeah, see, so mine, I woke up. I can't even remember what time of the morning it is, but I'm thinking I too believe mine was like somewhere around about 3 a.m. That it happens. And then all I remember is when we were leaving, when we left the emergency room, the sun was coming up. So yeah, though, and point blank period, it's hard to go to sleep. And I'll just tell you, the hard part for me was going to sleep, because I felt guilty for going to sleep. I felt like I wasn't respecting my son because I was able to go to sleep. And I know that probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but that's one of the things that I went to. There's a guilt that you feel for even, it's like, you need to go to sleep, but it's like a guilt of like, how dare you be able to go to sleep and your son is not here. So, and Gamma, I believe in crying over here. I'm going through a situation where, wow. No, Gamma, I woke up out of my sleep. No expectation, no nothing. There's nothing wrong. I'm not looking for anything to happen. Nothing. Totally clueless. There was no reason, no rhyme, no reason, no anything. Totally unexpected. Went to sleep singing and laughing and rocking the night before around 10 o'clock and woke up 3 o'clock in the morning screaming. It had to be like around in that time. I'm pretty sure I've never went back and looked at a report or any of that stuff coming from that time. I've never even thought about it before. But Gamblers, I don't want to drag this in. I know one day we're gonna have a conversation about this. One day I feel it. I feel like we're really gonna have a conversation about this, but Gamblers World, don't ever say you sorry about bringing up something. That's one of the things that I say over here. Anytime you see let's talk tonight, I ain't got no subject. I don't have no subject. This wouldn't be something. So say like if we said this at the beginning of the live, we could sit here all night. I just wouldn't want to end on this note right here. I just wouldn't, because I feel like anytime like I'm talking to someone, I like to leave them like in an uplifted position. I don't mind like the crying and getting down into the feelings and everything, but when I get ready to close it out, I know that's not my responsibility. That's just that's how I feel about that situation. So yeah, no, unless you are a mother that been in that position, it's hard to know. Nope, Gamma, there's no need to apologize. That's what we do over here. We have them random conversation where I just say, we don't stick to one thing over here. Whatever comes up, that's what we talk about over here. So you didn't do anything. I felt like it was just where it is. And even if it's just because there's praying people in this room. So what I'm asking for is no matter what we talked about tonight, I ask that everybody walks out of here. You don't walk out of here with any burdens weighed on you, anything that's going to keep you up tonight. Total peace. That's what I ask for everybody in here. And whatever you pray for me, I pray it back to you tenfold. 10 times whatever you asking for me, that he do it for you the same way. 10 times what you asking for me. So that's just what I want. No apologies needed. I'm glad to be able to touch with you in those situations. I connect with a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Gamma's World, I done been through the trenches down to the lowest of the low. I've been through a lot. And literally, there's times that I can like not say that I forgot about it, but it's like I guess I'm like in such a good place that I can almost forget that it's there. And like one time my sister them surprised me with like they did a tribute to him. To my son, and it was like, oh my God, I haven't felt these feelings in a long time. And I know, that they were coming from a good place when they did it, but it was just like, ooh, them singing along with it and the tribute to him and everything is just, it's a lot. And then, people switch up a lot of things that you don't expect by the time you show back up, and they know that it's not. So you're going to be home at a certain amount of time, and you come home and your whole world has been turned upside down because everybody thinks that they don't really know, but they believe that they're helping you out by this. So by the time everybody finds out that my son is no longer coming back with me, what everybody decided to do was they went and they cleared out all of his stuff. So, and looking back on it, these people don't understand because they haven't had this experience before. They're thinking that they're doing the best thing for you, but it's like another slash to the heart when you walk in and you're looking to go back and see, all of your baby's things and stuff are there, and then they've been removed. They've been packed away and stored out in the garage or whatever. And just think, it's like heartbreak all over again. But um, they think that they're doing something that was great for you. So yeah, and it's okay, Gamma. What you definitely, as time go by, and I'm pretty sure you already learned that you still connected to them. You just connected in a different way, and as the time go by, you will find the connection is a lot deeper than you think it is. That's what I know for sure. So now I felt that in my heart when I said that right there. So um and that's okay. Stay connected. He was connected to you for a very long time. So, but before he went to the hospital, he made a chip and popcorn mixed in a bowl. It's been 3 years and I still have that mix in a bowl. Wow. And he was such a handsome young man. Yes, he was. So I don't know. Hang on to everything. Hang on to everything that you had before. Not, and I'm not saying that in the physical, because everything that's trumps everything is here. Everything that you need, all of the material things and everything, you'll be able to turn those things away one day in your own timing. In your own timing. Nobody has to rush you or anything. But as you get closer to what's inside of here, you'll see. It's a different thing. So but you all, you know what? And it, yes, TT, it is definitely okay to cry. It absolutely is. So, and Gamma, I just appreciate you for being able to come over and share those things with me. Because I tell you, there's a lot of things that happen to me, and things are so buried on the inside that I can forget. I was thrown in an emergency situation when 911 was called for my son. They didn't even wait for an ambulance to come and take him. They took him away in a fire truck. So yeah. But you all keep us lifted in your prayers, all, and anybody who's ever been through any of these things before, y'all know where to get it from. And I'm glad you found the movie, and let's rock out tonight. I got my movie for the night. Y'all got y'all movie for the night, and let's move it tonight. And then we'll see what we come up with the next time. And any of y'all, I ain't seen a whole bunch of movies, so y'all keep on telling me about the movies that y'all seen. I'm gonna go and watch them. I just didn't want to ruin the ones that I've already seen tonight. But you all, I guess we got them full 2 hours in, working on the 2.5 hours. But I feel like we was meant to stay here just for the time that we was here, and everything that was said was meant to be said. And that's what I believe. So Gamma, anytime that you want to come over and you want to say anything about it, just we don't care nothing about it. We like the sisters on the telephone. You know how this conversation be switching up. You be talking to your sister on the phone and it switch from one thing to the next thing. You be laughing 1 minute, you could be crying the next minute or whatever. But that's how we is. We just on the phone over here, girl. That's how. But I absolutely love y'all. I love the people that surround me. All 7, 8, 9, or 10 of us. As long as one person came through and got help or heard something that they needed to hear tonight, I'm all down for it. No apologies over here. We got open chat to say whatever we to. I get thrown off of our conversation all the time. Sometimes people have to say, Shauna, go back to that one thing that you was talking about before. And I don't mind going back to it because I will forget and skip over to another conversation in a heartbeat. And if I was talking about something and I didn't finish, they know, hey, T. Sherelle, how you doing? They know that if I was talking about something and I got sidetracked by it or whatever, by whatever I seen, just tell me to go back to whatever I was finish saying, and I'll go back to it. I don't got no problem. But over here, there are no apologies. You know, I can peep the ones that come over and just trying to throw us off of our conversation because, you know, they're a troll or they want to do whatever it is that we want to do. We got good eyes in here. Listen, Miss Coffee is anointed to find the trolls. She's anointed to find the trolls. So she know the days that they out trolling. She be like, the trolls out today. So she be knowing, and every time she say it be true. The trolls be out. That's when they come. But for the most part, we don't really have that. We don't really have that over here. So there's no need to apologize for whatever conversation that you bring up. We gonna talk about it. So long as you ain't no troll, you all right over here to talk about whatever that it is that you want to talk about. And sometimes I got me a handy dandy notebook on the side of me now that sometimes I see something I want to go back do it. I have to start like writing it down so I can continue talking about it instead of jumping to the next thing that I just read. Y'all know I ain't sophisticated with it, and you know I'm just like somebody else told me that when I come on here, I'm just like, I don't have anything scripted or whatever. I just let it flow. That's how I be. And sometimes that's why I just be stuttering and stammering in the same place. But if we start a conversation, we gonna talk. But you all, let me get off this hill live. But this is Life with Tashana, which I never introduce myself. But some days you can call me Shauna, some days you can call me Tashana. Just, you know, don't call me out my name. That's all. But this is over here, Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. One day we might be crying over here. The next day we might be laughing, cracking up. We could be in the garden or whatever. But over here, we about growing, point blank, period. Whether it's outside in the garden or right here on the inside of us. We growing, and usually whatever we growing out in the yard is we tie it together with a place that we trying to grow to in our real life so that we can watch the manifestation of that plant growing together with the process that we going through in our life. And if you're interested in growing in those ways, come on over here with us and subscribe, you know, like and share with somebody, or, you know, or possibly share with somebody who could use some of the stuff that we're working on. None of us is pros over here. We all learning from each other. And that's actually how it is happening over here. So, oh yeah, let me tell you why we high class gardeners. We high class gardeners over here because we don't play around. Even though we plant all that stuff out in the garden, we don't mess around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms. There's actual proof. I'll run when the snakes come. They ready for me to start whooping them with the stick or whatever, but I ain't made it to that part yet. That's a part of my process that I ain't got to yet. But that's why they call us high class gardeners over here, because we don't play with none of that stuff over here. But we know how to grow some food. So again, if this sounds like a place you want to be in, then come on over here and join us at the High Class Gardeners. So, all right, y'all. Good night. Fabi done started another conversation. I love y'all.